Hi there. So today I'm going to be reviewing a bead spinners. I've been wanting to have this for the longest, and I finally got myself not just one but two different types. And I mean, what better time to make a review than now? I wanted to be able to note out the differences between these two bead spinners. I got an electric one, and I got one that uses a battery, solely battery. So the first one is the electric string bead device. This is how it looks like. It came in like this one you can plug it directly, or you can make use of a power bank or something to just power it, and that makes it, I mean, pretty much easy to use, such that if you do not have electricity, you're sure you're still going to be able to power it so long, you know, you have your power bank within reach. This is just basically how it looks like. You have your manual, you have the needle, right? I'm sure they sell these needles like separately, like you can just basically, the same way you get bead needles, others, you know, small bead needles. I'm not sure I have one in my reach, but I mean, yeah, the same way you're able to like get all these ones, I'm sure they have, there is something like this that you can just get separately. I just know that one of these two different types that I have with me has a tinier needle inside of one of it. So that was the basic reason why I decided to go for two, so that I have options, right? There is one that is shorter and there is one that is a bit longer. Then it came with this applicator. This yellow thing is what you make use of when you're trying to like insert or have your needle or fishing line pass through the high of the needle, right? I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be needing this because I've worked with quite a number of bead needles that the holes are very tiny, so I'm sure I'll be able to navigate, you know, this without even needing it. I mean, but it's nice to have this, right? So let me set this aside so we're able to see the rest. This is the base, and this is the bowl itself, and then it came with I don't know what I was supposed to do with this tiny thing. I don't even know why they had it, but yeah, I think I can see there are different types of bead sizes, but they're all sand beads, right? Ranging from size 1 to size 3 or size 4 thereabout, right? And then they added this elastic, right? Yeah, they added this elastic. It's nice, but am I gonna be using this? I don't think so. I have other ones. I have better ones. So yeah, this is the cord that came with it. Yeah, USB. I like the fact that the cord is long enough, so if you don't have a power bank and your socket is, you know, longer than where your table is or something, you will still be able to use it without having to, you know, inconvenience yourself while trying to move close to the socket in order to make use of it. So it's nice that it has a longer cord. So let's just go straight into applying this. I'm just basically making use of this and see how it works. You power it in, you put in your spinner, or you put the beads in first. So with this, let me make use of, I'd want to make use of the size 2 sand bead in red. So let's just see, let's just see how well this works. But with bead spinners, you need to pour in a substantial amount of beads, so that, you know, you're able to get the beads out into your needle, you know, without so much stress. Because if the beads is not so much, it's not gonna be like a fast process. It doesn't go all the way in. There's still, you can still the space in between, which is fine. I think you don't have to force it to go all the way down. It works just fine like that. And I'm gonna be plugging in my power bank, plugging it into my power bank, right? And I want to make use of thread, not you can make use of thread and you can make use of fishing line, but I think I want to just make use of thread, right? Do I have my scissors anywhere close? Let's see. I don't have my scissors, so let me just make use of. Ordinarily, I'll just pass in the thread into the needle straight, like direct, without having to use the applicator. But I mean, it came with it, so let's just make use of it, right? So you just basically, you know, pass it. And I'm not sure you can see well. You pass it in, and then you pass in your needle. I mean your thread. Then you pull it out, right? And that's it. You can double the thread, right? Or you can just double is you double like this before passing it through, making it 4 threads. But just single like this is, you know, 2 threads, 2 lines of thread. I'm trying to, what's it called, make a knot at the end of the thread so the bead does not fall out when we start. So yeah, moment of truth. This is the moment of truth. You put it on here, right? And then unfortunately, the electric bead spinner that I got did not work. So sad. I do not understand why. I've tried all means. I tried power bank, it didn't work. I tried directly, it didn't work. So I don't know why. I'm gonna have to contact the vendor to let her know that which she sold to me didn't work. Anyways, I'm not going to allow that affect me. I'm just going to move straight to the other spinner that I got, which is this. It uses battery only, and I got 2 different sizes of battery. I mean, I'm sure if it's not this, it's going to be this, but I think it's this size. I think it's the bigger one. So I'm here to also unbox that. Let me just put all these ones aside. These are for the electric one. Yes, so this is the needle it came in with, and I think I have the needle that I wanted for the tinier beads. I have it in here. So this one has a very thick needle. I hope you can see, and it also has a tinier one, right? They both came in 2s. The electric one has 2 different sizes of needle, and this one also has 2 different sizes. But the difference is this one came in with thread in what do they call this thing now? Bobbin stuff, bobbin something, I can't remember, right? It came in with this is the extra accessory that was added to it aside from the needles. But the other one, the electric one, came in with the applicator, right? So that's the difference between the 2. And of course, the sizes of needles too are different, right? You have this thick one in the other one, the one that I have in front of me, right? And then you have this very tiny one in it. So if you want to make use of size 2, size 3, you can make use of this, right? If you're dealing with size 2 or size 3, size 4, you know, they're about beads, you can make use of this. It's thick enough and it would work. But I'm hoping that, I'm not sure myself, but with the way it looks, you should be able to make use of the size 1, the bugle beads, size 1 sand bead, and those, you know, tiny beads that has tiny holes. This should work. I'm sure this is going to work. But this one has this other, you hope on it is basically like in the middle, right? And I mean, it's easier to put in the thread, right? Just pass it through the space in between, and then you're good to go. That's how this works, right? And then it's very tiny. It is very, very tiny. It's actually very tiny. And the other reason why I decided to go for this is because unlike the electric one that has just one bowl, this has 3 different bowls, which means if you're working with 3 different colors at once, like you're not trying to mix the colors together, you can make use of this one. It works perfectly. Just have the different colors in a different compartment. You're done with one color, you take it off the do I call it machine now? You take it off it, then you put on it the other ones, right? So this is how this looks like. Yeah, this at the back of it, you see where you need to put in the battery, and yeah, I was right. This size of battery is what is needed. 2 batteries, and you're good to go. Oh! I was not expecting. I thought if there was half, I was not expecting that. Oh my god. Oh my god, I was just about saying, I hope this works. I hope it's not gonna be a fail like the other one. Just imagine, that was crazy. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting that in any way. But yeah, let's move on. So you have this, right? And then another thing, they all have lids, which just makes it amazing. Like at this point, I'm even thinking, why did I even buy this other one? Like why did I buy it? I mean, I don't even know. So I love the fact that they all came in with their separate lids. I don't need these 2, so I'm just going to set them aside and focus on this one. Let's just see how it works, right? Since I already thread this needle, I'm just going to make use of it because, I mean, why not if not? I'm going to have to pull them back and send them back because they belong to the electric one that did not work. I'm going to put them back and send it back to the vendor, but let me just make use of it now that it already has thread on it. So this one, you insert it in. It has a direction. Yeah, you insert it in, you pour in your bead, right? The same thing, the bead has to be substantial enough for it to work well, so that you're not struggling. So it depends on the direction you want to go. You can spin forward and you can spin backwards, right? It's just the noise. It makes this weird, crazy noise, but I mean, it's fine. Now, the important part of bead spinners that you have to note is, regardless of the type of spinner you're using, whether you're making use of the wooden one, which is the manual, or you're making use of the electric or the battery one, whatever spinner you're making use of, the technique to using it is you have to be going the opposite direction, you know, to where the bowl is spinning towards. So if the bowl is spinning clockwise, you have to position the tip of your needle anti-clockwise. That's the only way it's going to work. So if it's spinning like this, the needle has to face this other direction such that once it's spinning, the beads are entering. So another thing I wanted to mention is the fact that you have to ensure that the way you hold it is in a steady manner. It has to be steady enough for the beads to actually enter. If your hand is shaking, you know, you're moving, the needle is moving around, it's not going to work. And then try not to position it too close to the bottom of the bowl, right, such that it's not eating the bowl. Just try to ensure that the needle stays in between the beads, right? It's not too it's not too deep into the beads, and it's not too high up the beads, right? That's how you're going to be able to get a better result. So yes, overall, any of it is fine, I would say. I think the major thing to consider is the mastery, because getting a bead spinner is actually nice when you're trying to, you know, speed up, you know, the fringe process. When you're trying to like string beads and you want it to be faster, it is nice. But in order to get the results that you really want, you have to master the use of these needles. You're gonna struggling with it is normal, right? But you have to be able to learn how it works for you, or how it's going to work better for you, so that you don't get frustrated to the extent where you're dumping it. Because I'm sure there are people that will just feel like, or just basically feel like, what am I doing? Let me go back to how I used to thread needles and all, thread beads and all. So yeah, overall it's nice, it's not bad at all, but yeah, you have to master it. The needle let me talk about the electric one first. The needle for the electric ones are medium-sized needles, right? Unlike this one that has two, I would say, distinctly different sizes, right? One is thick and the other one is very, very, very delicate. They are both very delicate, right? But the difference is like wild, right? But for the electric one, the difference is almost not noticeable, and the length is almost the same, right? There are two different lengths, but let me even show you what I'm talking about, right? So this is the needle for the electric one, right? This is, in thickness, they are very, very close. In length, you can see that one is just slightly shorter than the other, and they are both, medium-sized needle for bead spinners. Unlike this other one, right, the one I have in front of me, this is thick. This is thick, right? Then this other one is very, very thin, very, very thin. And by the way, yeah, it works with bogo beads, and then it also can work with size 1 sand beads. Any other beads that has tiny hole in it is going to work perfectly. And if you're looking to get any of this type, yeah, you can go for it. You can go for it. Just ensure that whichever one you're buying is going to work, right? If you're able to go to the store yourself to test it out, do. But if you're not able to, ensure that you test it before you get it. That's the mistake that I made. I didn't ask her to check the electric one for me, so she just showed me and I told her to help me send it, right? So just ensure that you put those measures in place, so that you're not getting one that is not going to work, then you having to send it back, or just ensure that you don't waste your money, right? Just put all those measures in place and ensure that you're getting the right thing, and one that would serve you right. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of today's video. If you would like to see more of this, any and everything that has to do with beads, right, kindly subscribe, like, share, and then I'll see you in my next video.